What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Confidently Flawed podcast episode. I am the host here, Danny. Brooke is out today, so you just got me. And I wanted to dive into a topic that actually we've been talking a lot about here at Raw Fitness. And the reason is we have a 28-day challenge going on with our members, and it's a nutrition results focused challenge. We do complimentary ones 4 to 6 times a year for our members. And this one's about carb cycling. And carb cycling is a diet that involves, eating higher amounts of carbs on certain days and then lower or no carbs on other days. However, we have an algorithm and a process that we use to give our clients custom numbers. So it's not just like random off the internet, carb cycling process. It's specific to their gender, to their height, to their weight, so they know exactly what they should be eating during this carb cycling. So why are we doing this? Why are we doing carb cycling? What is carb cycling? I kind of mentioned it's high carb days, low carb days, but how does it actually work? So the benefits of high carb days are really good for fat loss because let's be honest, one of the best ways that you can lose weight and body fat in particular is to lower your calorie content. So if you are eating less calories, you are more likely to lose body fat. And when you eat less carbohydrates, where your body can just store as body fat, if you are over consuming more than you are burning them, you're more susceptible, or it's a better position when you have lower carbs to burn body fat. However, there's a caveat to that, is as you start to do lower carbs for an extended period of time, there's a lot of negative benefits that come to that, or negative consequences, I guess I should say, that come with that. And some of those are hormonal. You start to have some hormonal issues with the thyroid, with, leptin and ghrelin, which I'll go over here in a second, and your muscle tone, your muscle mass. And I'm assuming most of you on here listening that want to lose weight don't want to lose weight. You want to lose body fat. And the one thing you don't want to happen during a body fat loss phase or a calorie reduction phase is to lose muscle. And a lot of programs or weight loss things, you tend to lose muscle mass when you're losing the body fat, and that is not good. That slows your metabolism down. Even if you do lose the body fat, you don't have the same muscle tone that you'd like to come through. And it's just not a good situation. You're very susceptible to rebound and gain the weight back and do it in a way to where you end up in a worse position than even when you started, which I'm assuming most of you do not want, right? You want to solve the problem and maintain it. So that's where carb cycling can come in, because the lower carbs are all those negative consequences that I just mentioned. Yes, it can be effective, but if you do it for too long and don't have carbs and don't do things in the right way, you will be very susceptible to lose your muscle and your metabolism. So carb cycling, what it does is it actually can encourage fat burning, because if you're not consuming carbs, it forces your body to find another fuel source, hence your fat cells. And if you're in a calorie deficit, your body will naturally then go to your fat cells and, go to the mitochondria in the cell and start to use fat as its fuel source versus carbohydrates. Because here's the thing, if you're using carbohydrates as your fuel source, and you're always consuming carbohydrates, your body knows it's coming. Your body knows the carbs are there to utilize as energy, so it never really taps in to its fat cells, especially if you're not in a calorie deficit. So that is one thing. It also helps with just improving kind of metabolic flexibility, or going from high to low carb days. It allows your body to transition from using carbs but also using fat and getting a little bit more balanced energy sources there. And it just helps with like adaptation of your metabolism. So, when you do go to eat more carbs, outside of just if you're always consuming carbs and you become very almost resistant to them at times, is your leptin levels, in your blood, in hormones and things of that nature, will start to kind of get thrown off a little bit. So what I mean by that is the adaptation of leptin and ghrelin when it comes to losing body fat. When you go into a carb deficit and a calorie deficit is, yes, there's some advantages to losing body fat. However, the leptin, which is in your body, in your blood, it starts to decrease as you decrease your carbs and your calories. What happens is, after, some studies say, about 5, 6, 7 days, is your leptin levels start to really decline and almost become non-existent. Well, leptin helps increase your metabolism and actually can help with your thyroid. So when you go low calorie and you go low carbs, that leptin, which helps increase your metabolism, starts to die off. So where carb cycling comes in, because when you increase your calories, you increase your carbs, it also increases your leptin levels again, which gets you primed for burning body fat and increasing your metabolism. So the cycling of low carbs can be beneficial. However, when those leptin levels decrease, you start to get in a tough situation. So ramping back up your calories and carbs for a day or for a meal can really elevate back those leptin levels, which will be beneficial. And here's the thing: when you restrict carbs, when you restrict calories, is ghrelin starts to increase or decrease, no, increase. And then what happens there is ghrelin actually helps keep you satiated, keep you full. So when you go into a carb and calorie deficit, what happens is you become more and more hungry feeling. Well, increasing carbs, increasing calories replenishes ghrelin, and you actually start to feel full and satiated again and satisfied, which is helpful in a fat loss, weight loss phase. And, obviously, is just the whole hormone profile, your thyroid, your metabolism, everything there. So the carb cycling just really helps to keep things balanced and get the pros and like get rid of some of the cons of decreasing carbs and calories. So how do you do it, right? My recommendation for how to go about it is, if you need to lose a lot more body fat, I would keep your carb cyclings smaller. So maybe do 1 or 2 days a week where you just do a single meal, you skyrocket your carbs, and then the rest of the week go low to no carb. Okay, if you want to try this out for, say, 4 weeks. However, when you do that, my recommendation, and this is for any style, is to do it in a way that your carb days, or your meals that you crank out a bunch of carbs, are are on a day you work out, preferably strength training, and try to do that carb meal around your workout. So, if you can, Saturday morning you do a workout and have a heavy carb meal, and Wednesday night do a heavy carb meal and a workout. That's the most optimal way. Making sure you do it on a workout day, you do it around your workouts, because now your body's going to utilize those carbs and soak them all up in your muscles, especially if you're doing strength training. So that's the most recommended way. If you need to lose like moderate body fat, maybe you do 1 or 2 full days of carbs. Okay, maybe start with 1, and if you feel you need another day, you can do another day, where essentially you just do, like, all of your meals, you have 3 to, say, 6, 7 servings of carbs those days, and then those other off days you do not have carbs. Again, try to work out on those, and if you can get most of those carb servings around your workouts, even better. And then if you just need to lose a little bit of body fat, maybe just stick to 1 carb day and have 3 to 5 servings that day, and again, work out and do that. So that is my recommendation. That is the benefits of carb cycling. You just got to make sure you do it the right way. And as always, hire a coach, talk to your doctor, find somebody that can make sure you're doing things in the right way, not going against any like medications, things like that, and find somebody to hold you accountable, because that's the biggest thing. And that's why a lot of our clients are having really good success in this carb cycling back to school challenge, because we are teaching them, educating them, but also holding them accountable so they can, reap the benefits of doing this kind of strategy. So that is my tip. Post summer, a lot of you guys want to get a kickstart and jumpstart back into your health and fitness routine. Carb cycling is a good way to get back into it. Try some of these strategies and let us know how it goes. And always, guys, we just ask that you share this message with others that you think would benefit. Give us a rating and review. That is all that we ask for, giving you guys this great content to help better your life. And until next time, we will see you on another Confidently Flawed podcast episode.